What's up, gamers? It's your host, Cobra, and today is What to Buy Chicken Derby. What to Buy is a series of videos that I do for every project that makes it into our core portfolio, and the idea is to give just a little bit of basic guidance on what you need to actually play and earn within that project. I'm also going to tell you about potential upgrades for anybody who's got a little bit bigger budget to make a bigger entry into the game. Please keep in mind that any prices I reference in these videos will go up and down. By the time the videos are published, some of the prices are likely to be different. However, the core advice of what it is that you need likely should remain the same. Any project that has a what to buy video is a project that is a part of our core portfolio. And as a reminder, our core portfolio are the projects that we are already invested in and regularly covering on this channel. Now, one of the great things about Chicken Derby is that in order to play the game, all you need is one chicken. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which one you start with because they all have different values. If you're going to get into Chicken Derby, I recommend that you start out with at least two. Their gender doesn't matter in this case, but you're going to want to have multiple for breeding purposes. When you're shopping for chickens, it's important that you familiarize yourself with both the racing traits as well as the cosmetic traits because all chickens have some of both. To make that easier for you, I have linked the white paper below, which goes over each one in great detail. And in this video, we're just going to talk about the ones that I think are worth paying attention to today. Now, when you're shopping for chickens, the in-game traits or racing traits that you're going to want to pay attention to are 1, its heritage type, 2, its perfection level, and 3, its talent. Starting with heritage type, Dorkings are the most common type and the lowest level of chicken available. One step above that and only a small premium is the Lankenvelders, and above that is the Sultans, which are supposed to specialize in endurance racing. Then at the very top, the best chickens are Saramas. From a heritage standpoint, I recommend that you go for Sultans. This is for a couple of reasons. Number one, they're the second best heritage type, and you're not paying the full premium that the Saramas carry. We also know that Sultans are supposed to be better at longer endurance races, which in my opinion makes it a little bit easier to figure out what your chicken is good at. If you're looking for chickens that are a little bit cheaper, I recommend going with the Lankenvelders as opposed to the Dorkings, although it doesn't make a huge difference there. The Lankenvelders, in my opinion, come in cooler colors, and they're supposed to be a little bit better and a little bit less common than the Dorkings, but they typically carry very little premium compared to their Dorking brethren. Perfection is really easy to understand. The Genesis chickens have a minimum perfection of 90% and a maximum perfection of 100%. At about 94-95% is where you see the premiums really start to kick in. So if you're looking closer to the floor, you want to try and find something that's in the 92 to 94 range if possible. And if you're looking for something a little bit more higher end, you're going to want a minimum of a 95 or 96. And finally, from a talent perspective, we can read in the white paper what each talent does, but we don't yet know which ones are the most effective or best on the track. In fact, I think it's likely that we're going to find some common and uncommon traits that are better than rare traits even. However, for today, from a shopping perspective, I think that the uncommon traits tend to be the most underpriced. They are quite a bit more rare than their rare counterparts, and I believe several of them are going to prove to be both very useful and desirable in game, which means that you'll have an advantage from a breeding standpoint. Now, if you're looking to upgrade and spend a little bit extra, my first recommendation is getting multiple chickens, and if you can afford to, get multiple chickens of a higher heritage and perfection. There are no additional items to purchase in-game yet, There's going to eventually be more cosmetic items that you can use to dress up your chicken, and likely they will come up with more NFTs to sell in the future as well. But for today, your coop of chickens is key. And that wraps up today's What to Buy video. If you found this helpful, consider giving us a like and subscribe. Also, make sure you're following us on Twitter. That's where we engage with the community, answer questions, and post all of our videos.